In this first step, let's define some interactions between artboards. I'll begin by switching over to prototype mode. I can do that by coming here in the upper left-hand corner of the application and clicking on the word prototype. Next, what I want to do is set the home artboard, or the beginning of my flow, to this first artboard here, Browse 01. To do that, I'm going to click on the name Browse 01. Notice on the left-hand side, there's a house and it's grayed out. If I click on that house, it selects it and defines this artboard as the beginning of the flow. What I want to do now is design a wireframe flow, or areas that my stakeholders can interact with to navigate this experience. I'll begin with a really simple tap gesture to navigate from this first circle that's here over towards this artboard here on the right-hand side. To do that, I want to come in and just select that top circle. If I hold down the Command key on Mac or Control on Windows and then click on the circle, that'll allow me to tunnel through the hierarchical structure and select just the circle. I can tell that I was successful because there's a container, a square here, showing the selection state with an arrow towards the right-hand side. What I'll do next is click on that arrow and press and drag it to the second artboard. I can see by the highlight on the second artboard that I've done it right, so that when I release, I've now linked the two artboards together. Here in the Properties Inspector on the right-hand side of the application, I want to check my default settings. In my trigger section, I have tap by default. You can see there are other trigger types. We'll touch on these a little later in this tutorial. I'll stick with tap for now. The transition is fine. I want it to transition to that second artboard, and the dissolve animation is fine as well. With that set, let's take a quick look at the work that we've just done. For that, I'll come here to the upper right-hand corner of the application and click on that play icon. I can now come in and navigate through the experience. Notice I can come in and scroll down on the artboard, or click on that first circle that takes me to that second artboard. When I'm done, I can close the desktop preview app by hitting the close button here in the upper left-hand corner. In the next step, let's take a look at a different trigger type, auto animate, for micro interactions.